BetMGM Network tweeted out, pick your airplane seat wisely. 12-hour flight. Who are you sitting next to? 1B, first option here. You have Costos on one side. You have Brad Evans on the other. Anyone here on the show sitting in 1B? Who's taking that seat? Yeah, crickets. I thought so. I initially thought, you know what? That would be a really fun seat, but I missed the part where it's a 12-hour flight. Like, if I were going to Vegas, I would love to sit in 1B. You got Hype Man 1 to your right, Hype Man 2 to your left. You're probably going to be, beverages are flowing. You're getting ready for the trip. You're getting excited. A 12-hour flight, that's a completely different story. I will not be choosing 1B.
But sitting in between Brad and Nick in a middle seat sounds awful.
I'll tell you where else I don't want to sit. I don't want to sit between Costas and Brad Evans because they're too smart for me. Like, these are two very established bettors, and I would get lost in that conversation.
Well, that's the nice way of putting the row with Nick Costas and Brad Evans, because, like, that's definitely not what my first thought was.
Oh.
Maybe I'm going to get in trouble for this, but wouldn't it be an extremely loud row?
I'm in the front row. Great for legroom. I'm happy. I don't know if that's first class. I don't know if the drinks are free, but I'm sorry, America. You would have to be sandwiched between me and Nick Costos. We're loud. We can be obnoxious. We're rather loquacious.
We have a comment from Nick Costos. I love me, and I wouldn't choose 1B on a 12-hour flight.
That's good.
You sit next to me on a flight, we are not talking. I'm not saying I will acknowledge.
Watching a movie?
I'll put it up on the screen, Mike. I will acknowledge your existence. I'll be like, "How are you?" Whatever. I'll be pleasant. I'm not going to be a jerk. Mm-hmm. But the idea that you're going to sit next to me, and I'm going to talk to you, or even
12-hour
I
radio
want
show.
to. They had to. Our bosses had to basically threaten our jobs to put Brad on the NBC Sports Now Power Hour. I don't even want to put Brad on at 640 every day. You think I want to talk to that son of a bitch for 12 hours on a flight with someone sitting between us? I don't want to talk to Brad normally. You think I want to talk to him on a flight? I'm not saying I sit down next. Hey, how are you? Hola, amigo. I'm going for the emergence. I'm trying to jump out.
Daddy need, Daddy gotta have a ginger ale.
If it's a flight that has live games, I just want to say, just in case, I love Brad. I am very happy that Brad. I'm joking. We had a great time with Brad in Vegas, so that is for shtick. And Brad is awesome on the air. So that was
unless he's rooting on UC Santa Barbara, and that is
really annoying.
he could sit in the bathroom if he wants.
No, but I'm being sincere. I don't talk to people on. Who does, by the way? But this is where I got jobbed. Also, it's a middle seat. Who wants a middle seat for 12 hours? Who would choose that?
Not a soul.
You have to sit next to that, and you have to sit next to that bald freak, Brad Evans. Also, I love Brad. I mean that. Who would I sit with? Honestly, I would sit next to you, but I feel like we spend too much time together.
We do spend a lot of time
though,
together.
Because we could, you and I could sit in silence for 10 of the 12 hours, and it's not a big deal.
And it'd be fine. I'd be watching Entourage probably on my iPad.
Oh, and I'm into that. We share earbuds.
I don't know about all that.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do not want to sit next to Rob Brown. He's like 6'8". I'm not into that.
I've never met Rob. I've never even chatted with Rob, so I have no opinion.
So I feel like Horvat and Jenks would both want to get after it a little bit. And that's not my vibe, and God bless them. Probably the same with Sam. Honestly, I might sit with Cody in 4D.
I will say this. I'm also across the aisle from Sammy P. There's going to be some side action that's going to break out between the two of us. And, you want booze, Costos, and then you, and then me, and then Sammy P. Holy drunken massacre. Yeah. That's what the party's in the front row. And again, we're in first class. The drinks are going to be unlimited. Just keep bringing them. Keep bringing them, flight attendants. Just let it flow.
I would probably sit 2D next to Jenks. That seems to be a very easy decision. Him and I would chop it up like we used to back in the day when I used to do work with him at NBC Sports Washington. Him and I have been out together. We've had fun together. We vibe off each other very well. But I could go 2D, 3E. I'm not sitting anywhere on the left because I could sit in 3A, but I'm not a middle seat guy. I'm too big.
I would definitely either slip up next to Sammy P or he would come to my row and we would just drink the entire time. That's what would happen.
I think if I had to rank these, and by the way, I'm an aisle guy, so me sitting in a window seat for you, that's a big deal. And I think Jenks, man, I'd be hanging out next to Jenks. I'd get some good conversations. Jenks a chill guy. I think that would be my choice, either next to you or next to Jenks.
2D's pretty strong. 2D is pretty strong. I'll say the ones I was considering. So, like, I was considering 4B, Kate, 12 hours of NIU, as you mentioned. That would be tough.
That would be
so
a
I think
lot.
I might be out on 4B. And, like, also Horvey with all his ailments, he's liable to, like, have a fake heart attack or something on the plane. And, like, then you're dealing with that. So, 4B's
Then you'd hear
out.
about
Also-
you'd hear about his high school baseball career.
So if you're a big sports fan, you probably, and you like trivia, you want to sit in between PJ and I. If you want to get boozed, you're going to sit by Sammy P, right? If you want to argue, you're probably going to sit right in between you and Nick, right? Because I don't know how many things you guys are going to agree on. You know Nick's going to be all fired up about the Knicks, the Yankees, whatever team screwed him over. Like me, I think he's mad tonight. I just saw his Twitter with the Oilers. I'm with him on that. But PJ loves, like, even just like mid-segment, just being like, if you could golf 18 holes with any celebrity living or dying, who would it be? Or, you know, which three teams or which team do you think will never win a major championship? You know, he'll probably quiz me. Hey, Ryan, you know, where did Eric Dampier go to college? Who won the 1974 Heisman? So if you're into that, you're going to want to sit in the middle of us. We'll be talking a ton of college football, even though it's only June 12th and the season doesn't begin for over 70 days. We'll be talking about that. But I got to be honest with you, Brad. I love the glass, man. I love you. I love Costos. I love everybody, even Sammy P. But I don't want to sit next to any of you.
The only problem with 4B is 4 hours into this flight, PJ orders the salmon, and then it's all over.
I am throwing women and children out of the way to get to 1E in this line. I am paying the $100 early check-in to get 1E. I'm trampling people to get to 1E.
I think they put us on a great row. Number one, I get the window seat score.
Yeah.
Number two, I feel like me and Joe O would both have like the agreement that we're going to sit in silence for the whole. Like, I think we both kind of put off the same energy, like the leave me alone energy. So I kind of like my row.
Yeah, I don't want to sit between you guys. I feel like you might fight at some point.
Yeah, how much would we have to pay you to sit in 2B?
Is that which one's 2B? Oh,
It's in
Joe
between
and
Chelsea
Chelsea?
and Joe. Yeah.
I mean, look, anybody that knows me knows I could pretty much sit anywhere. But I'm not sitting in the middle.
Joe feels like he's a guy that might take his shoes off during the flight. Like, not all the way, but like put his toes in, like just the toes in the shoe, you know, the heels out, that whole move.
Oh, pops
feel
the
like
heels,
Joe might
pops
do
the
that.
hood out, pops the
Yeah.
trunk. Yeah. Oof.
He would complain if someone had their shoes fully off, but he's willing to pop the heels. I feel like that's Joe.